All right. What the fuck did I had a lot going on last week, so it's tough to kind of explain these. Like the best trades I had were like intraday trades last week. We're buying this Google off support, things like that. We crushed this Microsoft. Man, we crushed this Microsoft this day on the way up, and I think this day, or maybe it was I don't know, one of the days. But today, Microsoft led the market. This has nothing to do with good trade, bad trade, but Microsoft led the market. The mistake I made personally today was I recognized that Microsoft price action today. This started going way before the market showed strength, and then eventually the market started to rise with this Microsoft. Microsoft is like, an 8 or 9% of S&P at this point, or like all these names combined: Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon. They're like 30% of the market right now. So it's kind of a weird time in that regard. But when you see these names going, you got to kind of take into effect that it's probably time to buy because they're going to lead us higher. So, but all I've been doing, my good trades have been coming off, buying off support, waiting for the market to pick direction. What was the trade today? DocU. I did well with this DocU today. I just bought through the highs here. I took a loss trying to short this Broadcom AVGO. Here's the trade setup. It was kind of a retest to this area. Resistance, support turns resistance on this way. We saw the hammer that I put in Friday. So if this market wanted to puke again, I got short below this low, and it just didn't work out. That's a fine trade for me. It did work out in this Boeing last week. I was like the enemy of the state here because people were long. But, this stock was up 85% in 4 days, and then it came out that the company didn't want government stimulus. It's a fucking short. Sorry, everyone. It's fucking short. But and then I got paid a little bit Friday. I kind of just made my money back on this one. Didn't do anything good, but it's been the intraday trade. It's just been all intraday trades, waiting for a market to pick a direction, buying off support, and then sometimes shorting off resistance. I know we don't do it as much, but I'm kind of getting more accustomed to it as we see more and more volatility. I just don't want to be trapped to only be able to buy when I have to do. I'm doing things every day in this market. But it's a bunch of mishmash. My executions are way up, I'd say. What about you, Ben? What do you got?
So again, it seems like this whole chart talk's been relating back to like long-term holds. So I have like one relative example was this PG that I've been in for more than a year. I bought this up through 100 with a lot of the guys. I think I'm probably was the only one still in it. So again, we bought up through 100 back last March, rode this all the way up. Had a couple of spots we added into and sold into some of the pops. But at the highest point, I was up like 28% in it. And this was a time where, like, PG 125, guys want to start getting into it. And for me being in it so long, I just saw that uptrend turn to a little bit of consolidation. So I was trying to keep some of the guys away from it because I didn't see it having this robust breakout, but I was still holding, being in for much lower cost basis. And you can see these crazy whips this name's had. And again, I had a break-even sell stop, got me out 99.99, and it's back up 115. So, it pushed me off break-even, and now it's up 15% higher. That's just part of trading. Even when you talk about long-term, if this could have gone to 70 or to 80, whatever it could have gone to, I don't want to sit through any of that. So those are one of those examples where I sat in this name for a year, was profitable for the entire year up until I was up 20%, and then it came back to my price and then lower. So these are some of those examples when people talk about they want to have a long-term position. You still have to know when you have to sell for a profit or get out. And those are those things that it does take some time. Like this took a year to sit through when you're a new trader. Holding stock for a year is like 10 years because it's just so much trading happens in that time span.
Right, and we come and sit and stare at the chart every single day, every tick.
Yeah, and that's like for something like this, I bought it that one time. I maybe moved the stop like 5 times. After it really took out that 104, I moved it to there. Me and Nick Neff were in this for the longest time. We moved it to 108, moved it to 112. We kept trailing very wide and on the weekly, and it kept us in for